Hello there everyone and welcome back to another video. Today is the start of me uploading twice a week and I have some theme park vlogs planned for over the next few weeks. But please see @ThemeParkJack on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook for more information and for theme park news and pictures from where I visit. The link to the Theme Park Jack shop where I've designed hoodies, t-shirts, phone cases and more with coaster pictures I've taken is in the video description. Please feel free to take a look. So today I'm talking about Secret Weapon 9 at Alton Towers. Some might say it's very early to start talking about this, but honestly I'm not sure it is, as we'll likely see visible preparations for the ride beginning over the next couple of seasons. So I think now is a great time for us to talk about what we could possibly expect to see. The reason I've titled this video as what could replace Rita is because I believe it's a safe bet that will be the site for the next new roller coaster at Alton Towers. The gardens and front lawn are a no-go in my view, and I think that the Spinball Wizard site will eventually be taken up by CBeebies Land. This only really leaves removing either Galactica or Rita, and while I think Galactica's years are probably numbered, it will probably stick around for a few more years yet, as it had quite a lot of money spent on it back in only 2016. And remember, it is a flying coaster, which is a big novelty with the general public. The Rita site is then by far the most likely, as it's not a secret weapon coaster, it's a clone that doesn't use the terrain, meaning it can easily be sold to another park, and the area around it as a whole could definitely use some work. So the first option is to stick with a ride that has a launch on it, and go with Intamin again to make a ride similar to the awesome new coaster that has just opened up in Harry Potter World at Universal. It could have a great story to the ride and take the Dark Forest theme to a whole new level. The ride will be different enough from Rita to stand out, could make better use of the space available and could set a record with the number of launches on it if the park decided to go down that route again. It could also interact with 13 and will be a family thrill coaster, and the family market is the rides that most parks across the world are now adding, as they can bring in more money and more visitors by going down the family route. So it's very likely that Alton Towers will want to bring that in when they add their next new coaster. The second option is a bit of a wild card, and it isn't something that I necessarily think is very likely, but I definitely think it's worth me giving a mention to, and that is the brand new Axis model that has come from S&S. The ride will be an experience that has never been ridden before, and the reviews from the people who've been on the small version built up at the factory are that it is an absolutely fantastic and crazy ride. There are so many things that could be done with this concept, including lots of quick flips and turns low to the ground, and the ride could loop round the back of 13's layout. I'd expect this ride to be the cheapest of all these ideas, which could be something due to recent events that Alton Towers need to consider. Okay then, so the final option that I've considered here is a small B&M wing coaster, similar to the scale of X-Flight at Six Flags Great America in Chicago. I think this ride would obviously be experience based, but could feature a launch, so there's no need for a very tall lift hill. It would also then break a record of being the first launched wing coaster in Europe, well, the rest of the world outside of Indiana in the USA. If it does feature a normal wing over drop, which is very possible, it would have to be dug down into the ground, but this is something that Towers have done many times in the past, so it won't be much of an issue. I mean, you think about it, most of the rides that they've added over the last 20-30 years have been dug into the ground, so there's nothing wrong in them doing that again. Now, like the Axis coaster, my ideas for this are for the ride to feature lots of flips and turns low to the ground, making it more scary as people think the legs will hit the ground, and there'll be like various head choppers and other elements on there as well to make it more exciting. So then, I think I've come up with some good ideas here for what SW9 could be at Alton Towers and the best place for where they could go. I doubt we'll see this until 2023, but it's possible to see some early signs from next year, like Rita's removal, which probably I think will be at the end of the 2021 season. The coaster will probably be sold on, but it could be moved to Gardaland, another Merlin park that doesn't have a launch coaster, so it would be a nice fit there. If it had to go to another UK park, I could see somewhere like Oakwood, Fantasy Island round the back, or maybe even a small UK park. Be sure to comment your ideas down below, but for now, thank you very much for watching today's video guys, and I'll see you on Saturday for another new video.